Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy, and I hope you're doing well. Ooh, look what's come on Kickstarter. It's Final Girl, Series 2. Now, many people might call this a solo game, but it actually is fantastic to play as a couple, actually, where you both sit at the table and decide what to do, what to buy in the shop, and all sorts of things. So I wouldn't really say it's a solo game, or you can solo it, but yeah, you can play it as co-op. Indeed. In fact, I think at PAX they were playing four people deciding what's going on, and so that'd be interesting to have a 4-player and everyone decide what's happening around the event. Now, it is a known thing, Series 1, and oh my god, it's gone bananas, this Kickstarter. It's almost $1 million here for a solo game. It's like, wow, this is incredible. 5,000 backers already. This thing's exploded, hasn't it? That's because there's some superb stuff happening on Series 2 that we'll have a look at when we go down. If you did miss Series 1, you can definitely get stuff from Series 1 Kickstarter down below, and that's probably why the dollar rate is stretching up to $1 million. Probably will go over $1 million, I'd say. Now, what you're looking at here is the full Series 1 and 2 stretched out. So each of them comes with these 5 boxes, and each box will have a different map and a different, let's say, boss, character, slasher, monster, person. Because it could be a ghost, it could be a man. There's different, I don't know, different of these monsters that you're going to be chasing around and trying to defeat. What's interesting about the whole dynamic is that every turn you have a certain amount of time. You can play cards and roll dice to actually do things on the map, like rescue people or search locations or even attack the enemy, whoever you're fighting against. And if you've got time left over, you can use that time as a currency then to buy better cards from the shop, and the shop's kind of sprayed out on the play mat here at the bottom, which is really, really cool. I do like that aspect of the shop and how the time management works, like all that stuff. And what's more, if you actually save the people, they actually level up your character. You get like special perks, and if you fill out the board, your card kind of takes over and you become a little bit stronger, and so it kind of encourages you to go and start saving people and all this stuff. So there's kind of a lot going on here. Turn-wise, you're going to be doing similar stuff, but turn-wise, you're going to hopefully get new cards. You're going to have more options. Searching things, you'll have more weapons. So the game will evolve from the first stage to the last. And hopefully you can win it. But there is kind of the luck base in the dice rolling. So it is hard, and certainly feels like it's a tight game because of that luck. They can't make it too easy, but it is. You can mitigate your luck though by burning cards. So if you could potentially be buying loads of cheap cards to work as a dice success. I think you need 2 cards for a success. Well, you can buy lots of cheap cards to mitigate any bad luck. Interestingly enough, though, all these boxes are modules that you can like bring in a different girl to this map that we're seeing here instead of the one that came in the box. You can even come to this location and change the killer. So you can switch all these out if you wish. So I think calling it a solo game is doing a little bit of harm to it, because you can play it with more than one person. You're all just choosing what's happening. they're just showing you that in your boxes here. You get the killer, you get a map, you get special cards and items for that location. The different boxes will have all sorts of different things, and it kind of says here, they call each box, by the way, feature films. If you've got all 10 of them here, you've got 100 combinations, which is very cool. Core box is just including the things they need for each game, which is heart tokens, dice, victim tokens, the cards in the shop, and stuff like that. It would be nice if we got some extra cards for this shop in the different boxes that were unique to each place. Maybe there was some special thing you could do in certain locations. I don't know. I haven't seen that yet, though, but I think that's something that it could do, is add action cards to the vignette boxes. So, alright, very good. So here are the new stuff then. This kind of monster, it's like an alien. Okay, comes with 2 girls in the box, a new map. I guess the item cards are kind of is the special unique thing that's coming in, so it's not that bad. And there's it says here 5 setup cards. There are multiple setups, so if you lose the game and come back another day, you can even try a different setup to change it up and all that good stuff. So well, this box does come with these 2 action cards here, which is just to calm yourself down, but that's kind of generic. It's not kind of, and you could just add these into the main box, right? So very, very cool. Now it says optional minis. As we go down, we'll see these minis and all the pledges and stuff, but you can potentially come in here low. This one's very good. It's almost like the Thing. They're calling it the Organism Station 2891. I like the map of this one, actually, because it has this outside section. The outside section, though, has vehicles, and we'll see those minis as we go below, because you can potentially hide behind vehicles and stuff like that. So this one's very cool. I love this map, and oh, it just looks so good. I like the fact that the organism itself in this one seems to grow, and so yeah, and this one does have an action card. Look, you can fly faster, so this is potentially, I don't know, the helicopter? This one's a really cool one, isn't it? There's lots of mystery behind this one. Really, really nice. And we've got some of the minis here. The Intruders, Wingard Cottage. This one's another interesting map. I like the theme of it, of course. And I think that if you're playing it as a couple, I think you'll really get into it as well. And the game's not overly long, you know, it's fairly quick, maximum an hour, depending on how much head scratching you're doing. But you can, I guess, if you're soloing it and you're used to the system, you could be doing this in a half an hour. The Big Bad Wolf. This is a funny one that this wasn't done on the first series, and it has Hansel and Gretel and Red Riding Hood here as 2 characters. Sadly, the map has not been shown, but this might get revealed during the campaign. So yeah, each of these boxes has a lot of variability, lots of cool changes to make the game just feel like you're in a different level. I like that. The Ratchet Lady. Ooh. This is another cool one at the Asylum. Very, very... this one's good. It has these amped cards, side effect cards. What's going on here in the Asylum? You've got Maniac Meeples instead of Survivors. So yeah, looking fantastic. Now here's Series 1, which if you're coming in here for the first time, you're probably going to get all of it, and the option is here for that. If you're picking it up at retail, you're missing lots of Kickstarter exclusives, which is a good reason to come here and get it all here. If you've got the retail, there is some add-on packs, I believe, down below, so that might be interesting for you. So that is the first Kickstarter, which was highly successful, and everybody's loving it. The stretch goals have all been busted completely. More lore coming, and achievements in the rule book. More meeples instead of tokens, and this custom storage box artwork that they're doing. We'll see this below. It's absolutely fantastic what they're doing. They're adding these final cards as well for Season 1, so it has been stretched to stretch the first Season 1, which is really nice. And the stretch goals have also got achievements for Season 1, Book 2. So that potentially might want you to play back that same scenario and try and get an achievement, which kind of adds more replayability, which is very, very good. I like this desperation die. A special die when you absolutely must succeed at the roll. So that's very, very cool, isn't it? I like that. Because the game is highly thematic, and especially all the cards that you're getting kind of have put the location and the characters in the world and stuff. I really like it. Signature action cards. These are amazing, aren't they? Like, you finally go actually get some level up cards. These are good, but if you look at this card, Desperate Assault, it costs 7 time to buy that card. It's like, ouch! That's like a full turn. You don't do anything, and that turn you kind of evolve to get this Desperate Assault card. Very cool. Now, new VCR game mat box art. What the heck is this? $944,328. I think that may have been the first Kickstarter, but and this is quite a sad one. $1 million. They're going to have. It says the gruesome deaths are back. Digital download offered at a later date. Can you not print this off? It's like, oh. More stretch goals to come though, so keep an eye on this. You can $1 pledge it to spread as well. You just pledge without a reward, slip in the 1, and happy days. And you might have to do that because the pledge is very, very expensive if you're coming in here. The game mat here as well is specific to each series. There's going to be a new mat for Series 2. Minis are looking great. The vehicle minis, wow, look at these. The ones from Season 1. You're not going to get these at retail, so this is going to be fantastic to get. The storage boxes go together on the shelf. Put all the boxes in, and at the top then you get the little VCR thing, which you can see here at the top. Very good. So you're going to need the core box, and you then get the feature films. Very good. Cast and crew box is all your minis for the girls. Bonus feature is lore books. Where are the vehicles going to stay though if you get the vehicle box? That's a question, isn't it? Is it going to fit in this big box, the vehicles? See them down below. Right, so if you just want the game and a core box, it's $40. Who wants that? You're either coming here for Series 2, which is $90. But you can upgrade that to get your minis and a playmat, which, of course, Kickstarter exclusive. That's $160. If you want everything, though, from Season 2, that's $165, and if you want the full franchise, $329 for all that. Yowza, that's going to be very expensive coming in. That's probably why you're going to $1 pledge it and save up for it and then pledge out later on in the year. I think that's the best policy if you really want this. You know, because just because you're $1 pledging it doesn't mean you're not a backer, peeps. Come on. At the end of the day, the stretch goals are already going over 1 million here. It doesn't really matter that you're $1 pledging. You still have hope that you're going to pay for it later, so don't be ashamed. It's a wise strategy. Add-ons. These are for peeps coming in from retail, so they can get the minis, vehicle packs, and anything that they missed from the first Kickstarter. Now, shipping. It is Quartermaster Logistics doing shipping, so I've got my hopes that they're doing fairly cheap-ish shipping to Mexico, roughly around the Canadian package for me. Excuse me. I would have to be coming in for the full franchise, Epic, all in though, and that's $60 for Canada. Look at that for the rest of the world, $150. So if you are concerned about your shipping region, I would, and of course anything related to that, I would definitely be one pledging it just because of... You want to know what the final price is going to be, not just the Kickstarter pledge, right? That's not included in the Kickstarter price here, it's saying. We're trying to bring it as cheap as possible to you. And, right, okay, so if you put that on $329, that's going to go close to, with shipping, $500. That's something you need to think about, isn't it? That's why your $1 pledge can give you full transparency, and then you can decide whether it's worth it or not. It says we may offer the option to ship Series 1 items early. So that's something, if you want to get, if you're going for the full pledge and you want first half of it, that might become an option later, which is good. Alright, here are the videos from the first season. You get a kind of idea of how Season 2 is going to go, and you get very excited that you can play more modules and levels. Very, very good. Quartermaster Logistics, Mexico friendly now, thank you. And all that stuff. Now, they've got a chunky FAQ, which I won't bore you with, but the minis are 28mm. That's the only real thing that I can really say about it. But here we go, Final Girl Series 2. Fantastic game. Don't see it as a solo game. It can be played as a couple or even up to 4 players where you're deciding what to do. It's strategic. It slows it down, of course, when you're all discussing it. But it is tense. And if you play music of horror theme in the background, it's even better. So this is definitely going on my late pledge list. It's going in there at number 3. And I probably will have to $1 pledge it. I've saved it so I get reminded at the end so I don't get assaulted with thousands of updates from all of the saved Kickstarters that I might be pledging or not. So there we go. But Final Girl, full everything all in epic is the pledge I'm interested in. And do we recommend it? We absolutely do, because it does give you that solo option. It gives you that option to play it with friends, and it's a really very cool event game. That's very, very good. And once you've nailed out one game, you can come back next week and play the others, and you can create almost a bit of a season for Final Girl, which is what makes it really exciting too. But yeah, I think if I get this game, it'll get played more as a coupled game than it gets played as a solo game, and that is quite surprising. So yeah. Peeps, let me know what you think of Final Girl. I'm going to call it Season 2. We're calling it Series 2. Okay. They used to use series in the 80s. So it is kind of got this 80s charm around it all, if you haven't noticed. with the VHS and all that stuff. Anyhow, there's more stretch goals coming. There's the box art to show you what the 2 boxes will look like on the shelf to look forward to. So there's going to be updates here. Definitely worth checking out. Peeps, leave comments down below what you think of the Kickstarter. Do you think it's going to be too expensive to get all the Kickstarter goodness from this experience? But like I said, just $1 pledge and save up for it. Put that, you know, maybe, I don't know, it's going to have to be what, $75 a month until you can pledge it out there in the summer. Depends how much you want it, but definitely a hot title. And here we are in January with an amazing Kickstarter pushing $1 million. Van Rider Games, though, I love this company, and I do have the, can't remember what the game is because I'm terrible. Detective City of Angels, there we go. I have that Kickstarter game. And yeah, they do a fantastic job, so I love this company, and I love what they're doing here with Final Girl. I didn't pledge the first one as it was too much, but I think now it's come back with Series 2. They're doubling down on the game, and I think it's worth doubling down on myself. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. We'll be picking out more Kickstarters of interest. If a Kickstarter's out there and it's not been picked up by us at the channel, put it in the comments and it might influence our decisions going forward and all that good stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Before you go, just want to remind you that we have podcasts every Sunday, and you can check out our podcast details in the description below. So yeah, thank you so much. You've been watching Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy. You take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now.